cut it. Okay? Look, a lot of time has passed, and I'm gonna be straight up real with you. Like, I'm sorry about that. It's like, the holidays, busy shit, trying to like do as much work as possible before the fucking tax season started. Like, a lot of shit was going down. Just kind of personal shit, fucking feeling like a fucking asshole, depression, this, that, loneliness, your face, your stick, mother, booba, blaga, bluga, daga, daga. I'm sorry. But even after all that, even after all that time that has passed and you haven't heard from me, you haven't seen me, we haven't hung out, nothing, but I'm still here. But, you haven't seen me. Even after all that, I ain't gonna let it play out. I ain't gonna let it play out. Not when we start in 2024 with a 2-game losing streak. That's not how we do it. That's not how we do it. You know how we do it? HEAT CULTURA. HEAT CULTURA. HEAT CULTURA. HEAT CULTURA. HEAT CULTURA. HEAT CULTURA. However you say it, that's how you say it now and forever. I don't make the rules. I just make the rules. My name is Studiomogura. Studio, M-O-G-U-R-A. This is how we do it. Hit me up at the PayPal. Hit me up at the CashApp. Hit me up at Amazon. Buy my book, Full Moon Nights. Still available at Amazon. Available on Barnes & Noble. Still pushing this since 2021. Chronicle of my adventures as a raver in Miami in the early 2000s. Based on a true story. Still pushing the script. This is the year that I'm declaring to you all right now, and to myself, mostly to myself because nobody listens, but myself, I literally make the show and then I go listen to it because I'm like that kind of fucking narcissist, I guess. I'm a Leo. This is the year that I will sell that script. This is the year that I have to sell a script. Pilot, feature, I don't give a fuck, man. But this is the year that I have to sell a script. That's like my punto y parte. That's what we're doing this year. And it has to be Full Moon Nights because a lot of people, like Hell in Heels, for as good as it is, either people hate it or people like it. And there's that one scene in Hell in Heels that's what makes it or breaks it. And if you can get through it, you can get through it. And it's funny because like people will read it and they're like, oh my God, this is like, I can't deal with this. And then I go into my sister's crying, oh my God, did I make a mistake? And my sister's like, nah, that shit's awesome. It's good, don't worry. So I'm just like, and then I give it to somebody else and they fucking scored an 8. And I'm like, oh. But this is the year we sell something, that's for sure. Okay? So check out the book, Full Moon Nights, available on Amazon, available hardcover on Barnes & Noble. I wrote it myself, self-published, put it out myself, designed it myself, edited it myself. So when you read it, you will find mistakes. So ultimately, you really want to get this edition simply because it is a true first edition printing. Very true. Just like there's no other form. This is it. Okay? Because if I ultimately do sell a script, or I do sell a screenplay, or I do sell a book, or whatever, like my hope is that the person who's going to be my publisher, or my manager, or my agent, whatever, like they're going to want to take Full Moon Nights and redo it. And not redo it like change shit, but like redo it, like re-edit it, and then re-release it to a wider public. That's my hope and my dream. And then that version will be like the true they'll try and spin it as the first edition because it's like actually published, but the reality is it will be a second edition. I will put on their second edition. That is what I would fight for, because I will need to ensure that the first edition is self-published. And that's gonna be like another thing that I'm gonna fucking do. Is that all first edition prints of my books are all self-published. Like all first edition prints. Like, and the goal of every artist and every writer should be like that, where it's like, I want to be able to build an audience where I know that I can sell 300 books clean. Right now I don't have that. And I've been working really hard to try and get that. And that's all I really want, is an audience of 300 people that will always buy my book. Always buy my comic, okay? And with that group of 300, I will always limit that first edition to 300 copies. I'll make 100 copies to give out to shows and shit like that, whatever. And those 100 copies would either be signed, or I'll have a drawing on it. I'll sketch it in it, so that's what will differentiate it from the other 300. But cleanly, 300 clean copies, done. That's the first edition. And then I would be like, okay, and then the second edition is released by a major publisher. That's what I want to do. You know? So you make sure that you grab that first big chunk of money. And that shit's all yours. And that's how I feel like every artist and every writer should be doing that. You know? I don't know. That's what I think, at least. So check it out. Help somebody out. Sorry. We're going off tangent here. You know? Shit. You know what I didn't do? I didn't get any water. Okay, let's go through the advertising shit, and I'm going to pause it real quick, and then I'm going to go get something to drink, because I can't do this show without something to drink. Okay, check out my octotaku.com, which also serves as my blog. It is my comic shop. I've got some comics up there. I have, apparently, I thought I took it all down, but I went up there the other day, and I was like, oh shit, there's still stuff up here. And I have to go through it. I know I've been saying it. Every single time you hear me, I'm always saying I'm going to go through my comics, and I will. I swear to God. I meant, we're going to get to it, but I was going to mention that I'm on Threads now. And on Threads, there's a really good comic community. So that's kind of motivating me to I pull the box, and the box is next to me. So that's the first step, okay? So check out Ato Taco. Check out my TeePublic shop, which is actually doing very well right now, okay? Check out my TeePublic shop. A lot of people buying the Levitard Hitchcock design. I'm going to put up some HEAT CULTURA designs now. I'm gonna try and do another Levitard. I'm gonna try and do my own Levitard shit and then put it on their shit to try and get their attention. To maybe if like they can have me do one of a design for them. And then so check that out. And then also listen to my Spotify link with my entire playlist of my entire discography dating back to 1999 up until this year, 2023, or this past year up until 2023 with my latest release, The Reflection Blinds You from Seeing the Truth. I found out, man, I made like $300 on streaming, man. Apparently one of my tracks, this like acoustic guitar track that I wrote for this girl crying like a fucking, you know, like a baby and shit. It had like 6 million streams in Vietnam. It was the craziest thing. Thank you, Vietnam. Honestly, thank you, Vietnam. And I'm so happy that it was Vietnam because like I love Vietnamese food. I love banh mi. I love chicken vermicelli. I love that shit. You know, that shit's awesome. It's the best. So thank you so much for that. I will try to go to Orlando to check out, to the Vietnamese area to try and buy some banh mi the next time I visit my sister. So in honor of you all. So thank you very much for that. Please keep streaming, man, because I was looking at my Spotify and I didn't even realize that, like a month ago I only had 2 listeners. I'm going to be real with you, man. A month ago I had 2 fucking listeners, man. And then I just recently checked it and I had like 400. And that's amazing to me, man. That's like crazy, dude. I find that insane, bro. 434, holy shit. I was at 400 before. That's crazy, dude. You know, like that's for me, I know that doesn't seem like a lot, man, but for me that's a fucking lot, man. That's a lot. And I'm so thankful for that, bro. I'm so thankful for 434, dude. That's awesome. And that's all I really ask for. Just check out the tracks, man, because it's such a humongous discography, man, that people don't realize that. People go up in there thinking it's just 1 or 2 tracks or just one album, bro, and they show up in that shit, and it's like fucking 10 albums, man. It's 10 fucking albums, bro. You know? And that's over 120 tracks, almost 130 tracks, man. Like there's like, I think it's like the playlist is like a day or some shit. It's like 13 hours or something. What is it? 11 hours, bro. 139 songs. 11 hours and 55 minutes is the playlist, bro. You can play that shit for a whole fucking day, dude. More than half a day. More than half a day you can play my discography and it'll keep you going for the time that you are awake. The entire day. And you'll go through you'll hear what EDM was like in Miami back in fucking 1999 up until now. So please check that out. Please support. I know this was a long intro. This was very long. There's like a 15-minute fucking intro or some bullshit like that. I'm sorry, but it's been a while, so we got to get down and we got to get dirty with it. But that's how we do it. And last thing I'm going to remind you, this is what I want to get into. Check out my threads. I'm no longer on Twitter. Fuck Twitter. Fuck Twitter now and forever. I loved Twitter before, but come mierda de pinga, fucking Elon Musk got in that shit and fucked it all up like a fucking asshole. Dude could have been ruling the world right now, bro. But what does he decide to do? Be an asshole. It's crazy. Like you were in this position to play this thing and you could have made it amazing, but instead you shit all over it, cuz you're an asshole. Only assholes turn a $44 billion fucking company into a $4 billion company. And let me tell you something, that's how much that motherfucking shit's worth. That shit's not worth $44 million. Now it's 4 million. I had said before he was gonna sell it for 44 million. Now he won't get 44 million for that shit. He'll get $4 million for it. Maybe. Fucking toss his ass 44 cents for that shit and be like, here you go, motherfucker. But reality, he's not gonna sell it. He's too much of a fucking asshole to sell it. You know, he's gonna be like, I'm gonna make this happen, and it's gonna go bankrupt, and then he's gonna shut it down, and then eat the loss, and then move on in his yacht, not giving a shit. And then you know what he's gonna do after that? He's gonna move on to Threads. He's gonna show up on Threads at some point this year. After fucking Twitter closes down, that motherfucker's gonna show up on Threads. So go to Threads, join Threads. It is a great fucking community. It is a great app right now. The majority of people there are left-leaning. It's very liberal-minded. It's very progressive. So everybody in there is really cool with each other. Everybody in there is not a fucking asshole. It's very inclusive. There are still pockets and remnants of people. There are people there that are kind of dicks and still the trolls and all that shit. But those are literally people coming from Twitter. And so if you really think about it, it's like, look, Elon Musk came into Twitter and, like, you know, he brought that left-leaning, far-right mentality that, you know, he declared was missing from the world, which was going to save everybody, which was why everything sucks, is because there's not enough fascism in the world. So he comes in that shit, and all the fucking conservative fucking assholes are clapping, and this is like what they want. He's going to make this place great and all this kind of shit. And we are all like, you know, people on the left and people progressive people are like, no, we're not going to stand for this shit. We're out of here. So they literally invented this new fucking app to give left-leaning progressive people another place to go to so they don't have to deal with racism, bigotry, fucking asshole trolls, fucking just dumb misogyny and just bullshit. You don't gotta deal with that shit. We could just talk and chill and fucking have conversations. We could get at each other's throat, but we're not gonna fucking, like, we don't really want to kill each other, you know? Like, over there, it's become an actual fucking war and a call for war. It's the most ridiculous fucking thing. So, like, he does all that shit. They get all this shit. They get the world that they fucking want. They kick out all the fucking progressives and all the liberals so that flock to this site to just get away from that bullshit. And what do? They follow us here. They follow us to Threads. Why would you even sign up for Threads? If you're someone who's conservative-minded, you lean toward the right, you're religious minded, you know, and you don't like woke, you don't like left, you don't like progressive, you don't like gay people, you don't like blacks, you don't like you know, intermingling, you don't like desegregation. I mean, like, you don't like inclusivity, like you don't like those things. So why are you here? Why are you here? Because this site is meant for people who are pro that. So why are you here? And once you ask and why are you here, and you realize, oh, they're here just to fuck with us. They're here because over there sucks so much now. Twitter sucks so fucking much now. Because now it's just everybody yelling at each other. Have you seen the episode of South Park when they're all like fucking Yelp reviewers? And at the end, when they all go to Cartman's house and they're all standing, millions of people fucking yelling their fucking Yelp review and the reason why they're the fucking shit. That's Twitter right now. That's Twitter. So, like, a lot of those people are like, oh, I'm not being heard. So they come over here because no one's answering their shit and everything's full of bots and shit. So they come over here to fuck with real people. And now what's beautiful about Threads is you can mute people, you can fucking block people, you can hide their comments. Like, if you don't like their comment, you can just hide that shit. And then they're going to be thinking that everyone's seeing it and no one's seeing their comment at all. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Like, just the option to just that much more be able to moderate your comments and your little thread and your little kind of commentary space. That little much more control made it just that much better than Twitter ever was. Which took forever just to get a fucking edit button. Guess what? Threads has an edit button. Gives you 5 fucking minutes to edit. That's all you need. A lot of times I just want to edit it just to fix a grammar mistake. I'm not trying to edit some shit because I said, like, something horrible. No. But over there, bing, that place on fire. I don't need that shit. Came to Threads day 1, bro. Been there since day 1. Everyone talking, oh, is this app still alive? Is this it? Bro, there is a great community. You just got to find it. You got to pray. You got to pray to the great algo when you first arrive. You have to do that stupid fucking list. and list all the things that you like and list all the things that you want and pray to the great algo and ask the great algo to connect you with other like-minded people that you can have a good time with. And you know what? If you do and you ask the great algo on Threads, he or she, it will answer. And it will put you in a position where you see people, like-minded people. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. And it works. It works, man. Like, people are complaining that there's like, oh, there's a lot of like porn bots and they show up. Yeah, there's porn bots, but there's actual porn bots on fucking on Twitter. On Threads, it's like this one porn bot that just keeps posting the same fucking photos of the same fucking stupid porn link. And you know what you do? You delete it. You take that person when they follow you, you remove them as a follower, which is a great option, and you block them. And that's it, and you move on with your life. But you gotta do that shit, because if you don't do that shit, then that helps spread the shit. And a lot of lazy ass people don't do that shit because they want 200,000 fucking followers, bro. And want 200,000 followers, and the whole account is just sharing memes. Like old ass memes from like fucking 10 years ago and shit. You know, and it's like, dude, like, as a society, that shit was like funny the first time you came across it. But now, bro, 2024, how about we evolve from that shit? How about we evolve from like still like laughing at the fart bubble that is literally the fucking meme from like 10 years ago, 15 years ago or some shit that's still being shared, that you have to like and you have to follow the person sharing the fucking thing that is just some fucking 12-year-old in Iowa. Like, why are we doing this still? Like, we don't need to be you don't even need to follow like those accounts, because the option of having a for you and a following thread, like a following, a stream, is like, the for you is being catered by Threads for you, and the following is everybody that you follow, so that's catered personally by you. But, like, you don't like it, just block it. It's not going to show up on your for you anymore. And it's in a great place right now because it's still fresh, it's still new, it's still being discovered, it's still being built. Like, Twitter was already done being built, and now they're just managing it, Maybe at some point someone will come along with a good idea and they'll do something. But then this motherfucker came around, he's like, and all his ideas are making it worse and worse and worse. Because he ultimately wants to just take a bankruptcy, and he wants to take a $44 billion loss. You don't think he wants to do that shit? He wants to eat $44 billion for sure, because he's got enough money to, it's not going to affect him. So he'll take a $44 billion. That's going to help him. It's going to help him with taxes. It's going to help him with taxes. That's why he's doing this. That's why, to me, it's like, look, man, this guy, ultimately, I would not be surprised if he's backed by the Russians, man, because I wouldn't be surprised. Like, at that time that he came in, Twitter was a really big left-leaning voice. It's not a big site, and it may not have as many users on it as on Facebook or whatever, but for some reason, it was still, like, the fastest place to get fucking news, the fastest place to get information, the fastest place to get breaking whatever. Like, shit would break on Twitter and then spread everywhere else. That's basically why I left Facebook. I left Facebook because I couldn't deal with family and, like, high school friends. I just couldn't deal with them shits anymore. And I couldn't deal, like, not like close family or anything. Not that they were, like, bad or anything like that. But I felt like I was, I post crazy shit sometimes. So I'm like, man, my aunt is, like, seeing me post fucking, like, weed shit. And even though I don't care anymore, but, like, back then it was, like, just different. Because I was still in that headspace of, like, oh, shit, I don't know what's going on, blah, blah. So, like, it was just weird, dude, And I'm posting drum and bass shit and all that stuff. It's just, it got weird. And then the whole racism shit just got more intense. And I'm like, well, you know what? I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here before fucking shit gets worse. And I got out of there before the whole Trump shit, and thank God. And, I switched to Twitter. And Twitter was great because it was great for breaking news. It was a place where shit would break and then go. It was very much like Reddit, I guess, in the very early stages of the internet when Reddit first came on. But it was just better, because it was more multimedia. I have to tell you that because there's multimedia on Reddit, but it's just the look of it. You go on Reddit, and even though you can post pictures and you can post videos, it still doesn't, you still feel like you're in fucking 1990, fucking posting on the internet on in code and shit, whatever the fuck, bro, like Matrix style. Because it's like, it's like the how bulletin boards used to be, the internet used to be just bulletin boards, like what you see in one site in Facebook, and that you see all the groups and you see the people, and the internet used to be everybody but different bullets. I felt like more people surfed the internet back in the day. Like nowadays, I don't really I don't think most people are surfing the internet unless they have to search for, oh, I gotta make a reservation at this place, I gotta buy this product, I gotta go to this thing. But they're not really like sitting around and looking through the internet trying to find like, what is this about? Or where can I find this? Like there is, but it's so limited to like, oh, if you need information, you just go to Wiki. If you need this, you can Google it and it'll take you to the first like major site of it, but it's not like you're still really searching deep into the internet, you know? That's why there was a moment where like when the dark web started coming about, there was a moment there where like shit, people should have capitalized on that shit so that the world could have discovered shit, there's a bigger ass internet out there. But instead it got swallowed up by drug use and fucked up shit and like just horrible stuff to like now the dark web is literally just that. Like you can go on the dark web and you'll find stuff and you can find regular websites just surfing like a normal website, but the access to all that dark shit, that's really what like, oh, that's what people think about when they think of the dark web, you know? They don't think of like, oh, the dark web, you could just find a fucking, you know, this person's website that is like, you know, they make really good cake recipes, you know, and it's like it's just that they're fucking, you know, at the very bottom of the fucking goddamn search thing because you've got like, you know, 1,000 other fucking people with cake recipes and like half of those 1,000 other people with cake recipes are all sponsored by a major fucking corporation and shit, you know? So like you don't see number 3,000 when you search Google. You know, like you have to have like the specific link that person's doing. So like if you don't have that specific link, chances are or phrase or something that'll help you find that site. Like it's really difficult to just like cake recipe, you know? Homemade cake recipe. And it's going to show you like, you know, food.com. You know, it's not going to show you, like, the Barbara fucking, you know, whatever her face in fucking, like, you know, someplace over there. We haven't even started to talk about the heat. I haven't even gotten my water. I haven't taken a breath. My throat is completely dry. Like, I can barely swallow. I don't have any more spit and saliva anymore. Like, I feel like I have, like, this crazy phlegm and my voice is about to crack or something. So I think we're good. You know, we're doing a good show right now because 32 minutes in, it's been a while since I've spouted out into the world, and I guess I have had a lot to say. That's why I'm not even getting into the fucking heat yet. You know, we got plenty of time for the heat. In the meantime, you know what? Let me go get something to drink. Don't freak out. Just hold on. Don't freak out. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Sorry. Now you're gonna have to hear me drink because I gotta have some sound out so people don't freak out. That's like the first sips after coming off of the fucking Sahara Desert. Should we have some coffee? Let's have some coffee. Okay, now we're gonna take a hit. We are smoking some amazing stuff right now. That's partly the reason why I kind of haven't. I forgot I didn't get on earlier because I got distracted because I'm stoned and fell asleep before. It's crazy. Right now we're doing the Runts Sherbet. Can you believe that shit? We've been hitting the Sunset Sherbet for a while, and that shit's so good. And then you know how we love our Runts. Our Runts is phenomenal. Pure Runts. They have the fucking other regular Runts and Runts in your face or whatever. And now this is Runts Sherbet. So cross between Runts and cross between Sherbet, and my God. 29%. Absolutely amazing looking. If you go to my threads, threads.net/studiomogura, studiomogura. And you check that out, like, man, I have put some photos up there a few days ago. And, yeah, man, the weed's bomb. Amazing. Again, well, you know where it's from. It's not from Chile, okay? Let's be real. It's the flowery all the way. And, yeah, like, totally fucking amazing, bro. Totally fucking amazing. It's somewhere around here. I was just searching. Oh, it was the day before, and I have been posting a lot today. I gotta delete some of these posts. The one thing I want Threads to do is to clean up the like auto clean, like delete some of these posts. But I guess that's not the point. You know, you want whatever post you make to stay out there, because eventually someone might see it and it might blow up. But I don't know. Sometimes I post like useless. I have no problem deleting my posts. Like, I delete my posts all the time. Political, like, cut joke, you know, it has no likes, whatever, dude. Like, sometimes I post some shit and I'm like, I really don't want the traffic on this. I really don't want to have to deal with AI people. I don't want to deal with it with like, you know, war people. I don't want to deal with Russian people. I don't want to deal with none of that shit. So you know what? I don't even fucking want to. I go back and I delete whatever. And it happens. You know, it's fine. Don't fucking feel embarrassed to delete your posts. Like, the fact that we like shame people for fucking deleting posts is so stupid. It's like, you're deleting a fucking post, bro. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. So it's somewhere on there. I don't know what the fuck. Just look for the goth girl. Blaze goth girl. What was her name? I forget her name. I'm bad at names. I'm very bad at names, and I'm still getting used to all these people that I'm meeting. Blazing Goth. That's her name. Blazing Goth. Blazing with an N and then Goth. Check her out. She's really hot. She's really cute. She's super young. So, but I support them. I support every smoking goth hottie. That's how I am on Threads now. Like, I don't care anymore. If you're hot, you smoke, and you're goth, I'm gonna follow your fucking ass, dude. Because that's what I want right now. You know, after the ex, like, I need a goth chick that's going to fucking cut my throat if I leave her. Like, the only women that I feel that you can trust that will fucking cut your throat if you leave them are goth women, and I guess Latinas. And I've been trying with Latinas for so long. So I might as well get a goth chick, because the goth chick can be Latina, but she's goth. So let's see if that works out, you know? I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to fucking tell you, man. I just know is the heat está de pinga. La cosa está de... I mean, not really, bro. I mean, you're overreacting. I'm just overreacting. And it's... Okay, let's be... It's not a 2-game losing streak. We literally run against the Rockets. It's the Rockets. So I don't even remember the Rockets. And apparently the Rockets have a good team because they got Fred VanVleet. I forgot about that shit. But who cares? It's the Rockets. You don't... I didn't even... That's like it doesn't count. It's like it doesn't count, man. So I'm like, and yes, okay, we won in January against the Lakers, and that was a really good win, sure. And, okay, but we still lost to the Clippers January 1st, New Year's, which was depressing. You know, we're like, right now in New Year's, we are 1-1, 1-2, 2-2. We're 2-3. So we're pulling 500. Right now in 2024, because we're going against the Magic on Friday, and even though the Magic and Heat always play are rough, we should be expected to win that game. So look how we go. We lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one. Okay, I get it. Fine. What does that mean? Well, that means we're fucking hurt, because I mean, these guys we're going to toe-to-toe with the Thunder, and I felt we had that game going into the fourth, because we were literally down 3. And then we went from being down 3 to down 16 in a blink of a fucking eye in 3 minutes. You know, when it was 9 minutes left in the fourth, we were down 16. It's crazy. What the fuck happened? You know what happened? Saying that used to happen all the time before. Josh Richardson. Duncan Robinson. I'm calling him. I know Duncan's been having a great year, and he's been a lot better than he's ever been, but you know what? I'm calling him, because Where was Duncan Robinson in this fucking game? This was a game that Duncan Robinson should have been fucking just killing it. Duncan Robinson kills it when he doesn't sit in the fourth quarter. And he was sitting in the fourth quarter. He had to. Getting killed by young guys out there. What is that shit? It's ridiculous. You know, Spo's pissed that he lost this game. He was really pissed. You could tell when Spo, you know, he loses a game, he doesn't give a shit. But you can also you can tell when it pisses Spo off when he loses a game. And this was a night that Spo wanted to win this game. Spo wanted to win this game after winning against the Rockets, build up some momentum, going into the Magic, so you can have a 3-game winning streak, going into the Hornets. Get that shit, 4-game winning streak, we're running into the Nets. After we get a baby playoff mix, which is Nets, Raptors, Hawks, and then Magic again. Right before we face the Grizzlies, which was going to be a big game, but now it's not because this guy's done for the year, so palapinga. But we're looking straight and dead into the eye at the Celtics in the 25th, man. I mean, this is a whole trip up until the Celtics. This whole run that we're doing right now, early 2024, is just to get to the Celtics. And just to fight the Celtics one more time. See how we do. You know, then after that, you're going to have a mini playoff run. You're going to have a really great stretch of tough-ass games, man. Tough-ass fucking games to finish goddamn January. Celtics, Knicks, Suns, Kings, and then start February with the Wizards and the Clippers again. So that's a good chunk of really good, like, what are the Heat right now? After this chunk, if we will know what the Heat, and what are we going to be 500 again? Are we going to be, I don't know. It's going to be key because the most important thing is we got to get healthy. And we've been saying this. I've been saying this for a while since we discovered it, especially last year when we realized what the fuck is going on with the Heat, and we're like, what the hell is going on? What are they doing? Now we know what they're doing, and you're kind of seeing it starting to play out. Notice how Butler is out now with injuries. Beginning of January. He's out. He's been out for a while. Hero had his injury before. He's finally kind of getting back into the fold. Martin's still out. We got a couple other guys out. Lowry was out. This is when you want these guys out. Okay? When do you want these guys out? Now. Now you want these guys out. 21-16 with a 21-16 record, 4 games. I mean, we lost to a Thunder. That Thunder team is good, man. 25-11. That's a fucking good team, bro. In the West. Are you kidding me? I mean, we're not 2 weeks into the season, which is nothing for the NBA. We started the next year. That's it. We're looking at this All-Star game now. And once that All-Star break happens and we come back, it's on. Which I'm surprised we're having an All-Star game with the fucking with the thing. I think maybe the NIT, the in-season tournament should be around the All-Star game. And the All-Star game should be moved up to mid-season. It has to be mid-season. I think right now we're close to mid-season right now, I guess. Yeah, it's around this time. It's just, that's tough, man, to go that's what it should be. It should not be an in-season tournament. It should be a mid-season tournament. It's like, yeah, 50% of the fucking thing. The 50% trophy. Here you go. You're halfway through, and you're doing really well. Here's a trophy. I mean, it's stupid as shit. It's dumb. But I think if you did that, and then made that the All-Star game, culminate with the All-Star game and somehow, I think that's where it would be good, because it shouldn't even be an in-season tournament that counts for a fucking trophy toward the Lakers or toward this person or toward the Heat or whatever team. It shouldn't be. It should be the All-Star game. It should be what the in-season tournament is. That's what the All-Star game should be. So make it the All-Star in-season tournament. Make it the All-Star mid-season tournament. Okay? Make it where all the teams have to send their best players into this tournament, I guess. Or send a trio of players. Or send 2 players. I don't know. Send a certain number of players that are put into this team that goes through this tournament. You know? And then that shit starts to mean something, because if you win that, you got to give the East or you give the West home court advantage. The same way I believe that baseball did it. I think that's how they did it before, where the winner of the All-Star game would get home court advantage. You know? And that's really where this whole shit should be. It should not be this in-season tournament that was kind of useless, meaningless. Come on. It was meaningless. Get out of here. Nobody gives a shit. They fucking win that shit, and now and they fall apart. You know? Lakers fucking put in all their fucking love into that shit, and now they're went on a 10-game losing streak and shit. That kills you, man. I don't remember I haven't seen the Pacers. I don't know what the Pacers are. I'm curious to see if the Pacers are doing good. I think they are. I'm sure they are. Yeah, Pacers are still 4, 22-15. You know, Lakers dropped to 10th, man. 19-19. Look at that shit. They fell apart. They took the foot off the gas. That's what happens with LeBron. He won a fucking title, and he's like, oh, I'm good. I'm done. I'm done for the year. Don't think that the Celtics are that much better than us. They're 29-8. What does that mean? They're 18-0 at home. No one's beating them at home, which is crazy. I want to see some of those home games. You know? I want to see excuse me. I want to see some of those home games and see how much home cooking they're getting. Bet you they're getting a lot. 29-8. Who gives a fucking shit if they're fucking undefeated? I don't give a goddamn ass if those people haven't lost the game this season. We're still beating them. And you know it. You know the Celtics are doing all of this work. And the only thing on their mind is, in the end, is going to be the Miami Heat. Are they going to be able to either overcome the Miami Heat or just avoid them completely? Because that's the only motherfucker that they should be worried about. Why wouldn't they? What do you think they're worried about the Bucks? They're not worried about the Bucks. They're worried about the Heat, bro. Because the Heat beat their asses last year out of nowhere. Celtics haven't forgotten that shit. Bucks haven't forgotten that shit. The Knicks haven't forgotten that shit. These guys haven't forgotten, bro. And where are we? 21-16, lurking. Dangerously. Looming. That's what we do. We're just hanging around. We're not trying to expend a lot of fucking energy here, bro. Celtics better hope, this 29-8 fucking record don't ultimately lead to Jason Tatum being fucking hurt at the end of the season. Because you're putting in so much effort trying to win games. That's what he learned. That's why they put an in-season tournament. Because the regular season is bullshit. He learned that shit. He learned that shit last year. Regular season is bullshit. All that matters is just getting into the fucking end of the end. Win enough games that you're in the mix at the end. And then turn it on. Ensure everyone is healthy. The only reason this team survived Hero going down was simply because everyone else was healthy. If everyone else was not healthy, if one person had been unhealthy when Hero went down, that whole shit would have crumbled. But everybody, the main core of people, were still healthy, bro. So, I mean, they're basically out there playing the fucking, one of the best teams in the West today with like rookie guys, Jovic with like a D-League team practically. Jovic, fucking Waquez Jr. and being led by Hero and Kevin Love. Not even. The Thunder are the number 2 team in the Western Conference. That's no fucking joke. 25-11. Come on. 21-11. I can't believe that the Timberwolves are the best team in the West. That's crazy, dude. But they're going to get beat by the Nuggets no matter what. I mean, that's just how it is. If the Nuggets can stay healthy. That's the whole deal. If the Heat and the Nuggets can stay healthy, and they get to the playoffs pretty much intact and everybody in good health. I mean, I'm telling you, man, when the Heat got into the fucking tournament last year, they were into the playoffs, Everybody was 100%. Everybody was 100%. Everyone on that team was 100%. Including Hero, and then Hero broke his hand. If we can do that, and the Nuggets get to the end of the season healthy and get into the playoffs, it's going to be Heat Nuggets again. I'm telling you right now. I know I'm Heat Homer guy, and I'm crazy, and HEAT CULTURA, whatever, in your face. But, you know, I don't know what to tell you, man, but that's pretty much it. If the Heat are healthy, they're going to go all the way. It's all about being healthy. It's all about being healthy. If the Heat are healthy, the Heat can make a run. And the Heat will make a run. And, man, I don't really take the losses in the regular season to the teams to like Mavericks and the Celtics and all the major playoffs. I don't take them like that tough anymore, bro. Like, again, we're still doing the chunk shit, where it's just like, we're not focused on the one singular game. We're focused on like a group of like 5 games. You know, we had that road trip that we just recently had, and now we're back at home for a little bit, and now we're gonna go, and then we're gonna take the next group of games until we face the Celtics. Okay? And it's basically not even that. It's just we're really looking at this. Let's do it by month. Just do it by month, man, at this point. Because last year we did it by like group of games 5. No, let's not do it by the fucking month, man. How are we doing at the end of this month? You know, because right now we're going to have this big chunk until the 25th. And then we're going to close out the big chunk closing out the season, which is the 25th through the 31st. You know, 4 games. Just a pack of 4 games. You know? Right now we're going to finish this up with the Magic, and then we're going to go on this, and we're going to go Magic, like I said, Magic, Hornets, Nets. And then you just look at Hornets, Nets, Raptors, Heat. I mean, Raptors, Hawks. That's that 4-game series, you know, get best of 4. Best of 7. So you want to win 4 games right there, you know? So you just look at the 7 games, I guess. Let's do 7 games. Let's make it easier for everybody. You know? Just look at it like that. How are we doing in a 7-game stretches? Because those are 7-game series that we're playing in the playoffs. How do we come out of that? Don't look at the singular game. Don't look at it like, you know, look at it like, okay, since the start of fucking January, we've gone 1-1-1-1. So we won 1. We lost to the Clippers, 1 against Lakers, lost to the Suns, 1 against the. So we're 2-2 now. We just lost to the Thunder, so we're down 3-2. So we got to tie it right now. We got to tie it with the win against Magic and be 3-3 and then win against the Hornets. That's why Spo was pissed off losing this game tonight. You know, we got to go on a 2-game winning streak. If we go on a 2-game winning streak, then boom, a big chunk of we came out positive in a 7-game stretch. Okay, cool. Then we go into the next stretch of 7 games, which is going to be the Nets, the Raptors, the Hawks, the Magic, the Grizzlies, and the Celtics. And then the Knicks. Yeah, the Knicks. Ending with the Knicks. That's a great fucking stretch of games. That's a great stretch of games to really get an idea of who we are, where we're at right now in 2024. Let's do that right now. We're gonna get a preview with this Magic game on Friday. And then we're gonna, if they lose on Friday, that's it. We know the 7-game stretch, they fucked it up. So then we'll be like, okay, whatever, we'll just go to the Hornets and try and just get back on track, and then we'll start it again with the Nets. But that's what you got to do. Now, that's how you got to look at it. You know, you can't look at it anymore as if individual games. You can't do that with NBA. You cannot treat NBA like you treat NFL. Because NFL, it's that one game. Because there's only one game. Because those guys can only do one game. The human body can only allow that. Okay? So that's why you can't treat the NBA the same way. This is 80 games. This is a long-ass season, bro. Long-ass fucking season. So, do it like that. And once you start treating the NBA like that, like in chunks, instead of treating it like in singular games, that shit flies. That's why I've been freaking out that I haven't been back here doing the fucking podcast and doing the stream, because I've just been, you know, trying to fill in the last little bit of time with just creative shit, man. I know this is part of the creative shit, but this is actually a lot of work, dude. And I had kind of been missing games and and I don't like to do it when I miss games and then they lose the game, and then I'm finally like, oh, I'm going to do it tonight, and then they lose that game. And I'm like, and I lose all energy to lose a game, to do the stream. So now that, and they lost tonight, and I was like, going into the 4th, the game was close, and I was like, Like, it was the kind of game they love to win, bro. And then boom, they fucked it up. And at that point, I was like, oh, I don't want to do HEAT CULTURA now. But I had to because I haven't done it in such a long time. And I don't want to stop doing this. I really like doing HEAT CULTURA, you know. I love it. I actually love doing HEAT CULTURA because I get to fucking yell out to the void and then talk about the heat and just get my shit out there, bro, and hope to God that maybe someone hears it and I don't know, freaks out. Some shit. I'm gonna say some stuff, but like I was like, no, it's too much. So let's finish this. And then let's try. I'm not gonna do the headbanger, bro. I got headbanger, which is fucking amazing, bro. The headbanger at 29%. Eso está de pinga, bro. I've already smoked it twice and I've passed out. And it's a sativa, which is crazy. I know headbanger. I'm pretty sure headbanger is a sativa. I mean, it's late, so these people would know. It's the fucking flower. But normally sativas don't knock you out, man. And this one, I smoke it and I'm like, oh wow, and I'm done. Okay, so what about Wakas Jr., bro? Let's just talk about a little bit about that. That's Rookie of the Year for sure. Lock it down right now. Drop it like it's hot. No doubt. Rookie of the Year. Wakas Jr.'s... This organization's amazing. How we found Hero and we found Wakas Jr. And let me tell you, keeping Hero is so key with Wakas Jr. And then right now, that's why it's probably a little kind of on and off. Because they don't have Butler, they don't have this guy, and it's Wakas Jr. and Hero playing together. And I think ultimately that combination, the combination of Wakas, Hero, and Jovic that's nasty. And then you throw in Hayward Highsmith has just got to play a little bit more. I'm wheezing, I'm sorry. That last hit was kind of gross. So Hayward Highsmith, man, been praising him since the start of this fucking show. Since the start of this show, when we fucking got killed by the fucking Suns, I have been telling you, Hayward Highsmith, that guy's good. We gotta play him more. And man, so good to have him back because he is a defensive fucking force, dude. And he's got a 3 now. He's got the Caleb Martin 3. The 3 that Caleb Martin had. He's got it now. He's got it as well. So we got to play Hayward Highsmith more. He's got to get some time. That's why, Josh Richardson, bless his heart for coming back here. He's good to have on the roster when people get hurt and shit. But ultimately, there's other guys you could play, man. I think there's better guys you could play. I'd rather give minutes to Jovic. I'd rather give minutes to Hayward Highsmith. I'd rather give minutes to Swider, for Christ's sake, man. Bring Swider in this game, dude. We got to see Swider and we got to see Duncan Robinson in there at the same fucking time, bro. We got to, that's major firepower, bro. That guy's good. I want to see Swider at some point. At some point, we got to see him, man. And I don't want to be like, oh, the only way we're going to see him is Duncan Robinson gets hurt or some shit. No, man. Play that guy now. Give him some fucking minutes. You could have given him some minutes tonight. You're gonna give these people minutes, bro. Come on. Play some Swider. Don't just give him cleanup shit. That guy's got a great 3. There's a reason why you kept him in the fucking from preseason. He's got a great fucking 3. And we got a couple other young guys that are really good too. We haven't seen. I don't think we've seen Orlando Robinson. We haven't seen Bryant anymore. I feel like we don't see those guys anymore because we got Kevin Love and we got Bam. Nah, bro. You gotta save Kevin Love. You gotta save him. You can play him every now and then, but you gotta save Kevin Love, and you gotta keep Kevin Love from getting hurt from himself. So I'd rather have Kevin Love and really start playing Kevin Love toward the end of the season. And give these young guys meals to eat right now. Let these young guys play it out. Let these young guys play. Let these young guys, that's what we need to be doing. That's why bringing Josh Richardson, I feel he's a clog in the lineup, because he's not consistent. He's never been consistent, never will be consistent. You thought he would be more consistent here, but he was for 1 second, and then now he's not. Now it's you don't know if he's gonna have a good or bad game until he starts playing. You don't know, and I don't want to say that with everybody because I don't feel that way about everybody. I go into the game already knowing Bam's gonna have a good game. Hero's gonna get his. People are gonna eat. I know people are gonna eat and people are gonna be fine. He's like, I don't know what's up with him. I don't know what's up with him. You don't know if he's gonna come through for you that time. And I don't want that. I want guys that I know are gonna go in there. I'm gonna be like, yeah, this guy's gonna give me some. Like Jaquez right now, you know it. You know Jaquez is gonna give you great games every game. He's gonna give you great effort every time. And he's gonna get scores, he's gonna get points. He's gonna get blocks, he's gonna get Jaquez, Butler, Hero, Bam. It's gonna be Lowry. It's gonna have to be Lowry. Yeah, it's gonna have to be Lowry. It's gonna have to be Lowry, man. Because I was gonna say Robinson, but and then you give Hero the point, but Hero still is not at that level that Lowry is at when it comes to being a point guard. Hero is still, he's getting there, but it's slow, and Hero is still trying to find a way to be able to just be the main weapon on this team. Which he is. He is the main weapon on this team. He's the best weapon this team has. He's a better weapon than Bam, and he's a better weapon than Butler. You know, Butler's thing is he's a closer. Bam is just the meat. You know, the meat and the force and the bones, and but Hero is like the heart, I want to say, of this team, man. Like, he's just, I know that sounds crazy with Butler really being the heart and Bam really being the heart and being the guy, but Hero is such a scoring machine that as far as, like, offensively, he's the offensive heart of this team is Hero, and that's why you need him. That's why we haven't given his ass up. That guy's a great fucking scorer, for Christ's sake, man. It's just coming off of that injury for such a long fucking time. Every time Hero has an injury and he comes back, it takes him a while to get back into him. He's had pretty big games since he's come back, but still, he's still not as consistent as when he's, like, clean, you know? So I expect him by the end of the month to be like, that's when he starts coming back into fold. And he's going to be like, okay. But can we wait till then? With nobody else playing? I don't know, man. We gotta win this game against the Magic, and we gotta win the Hornets. We gotta win these next two games. This is really important. Win these next two games, get back on track, okay, and then let's start killing some of these real Eastern Conference opponents. You know, some of these people that we're gonna probably face at the end of the year. We gotta start killing these guys, like, outright. Like we gotta go into the Nets, and I want to win that game. That's a big game. I want to win this game. I want to win that game at New York in the Nets. I want to win that game. I want to win the Toronto game at Toronto. You know, when the Hawks come down here, I want to win the Hawks because I think they beat us last time. I can't remember. What happened last time we played the Hawks? No, we beat their asses. Never mind. Yeah, we beat their asses. And that was down here. So they're going to be down here again. So all toward the Celtics, man. We face the Celtics again at the end in mid-February. And that is really going to be an insane fucking group of games. Just looking a little bit ahead, you know, into February, you know, you're going to start it off. Wizards, Clippers, Magic, Spurs. Get those 4 games out of the fucking way, bro, and suck that shit down. Because guess what, motherfucker? After that shit, it's Celtics, Bucks, 76ers, Pelicans, Kings. And then after that, Trailblazers, Nuggets. Huh. That's disgusting. These 2 games are going to be big. The Nuggets games are going to be huge games, man. I think I might go to the March 13th Nuggets game. That'll be a good game to go to, actually. Look at that shit, bro. That's a serious run right there, man. Those 3 games are big, man. Can you imagine if the Heat go and they win Celtics, Bucks, 76ers? They won't. But we gotta. We gotta try. We win those 3 games, bro, and that's a big... It's a big deal. But at the same time, you know, it's just, we just gotta, like I said before, man, like how this team showed us last year, we just gotta, you know, just keep our head down, go through stretches of games, look up, are we good? Okay, cool, and then keep going. And then by the end of the season, we're gonna be in whatever spot we're gonna be in. We're gonna be in, and then at that point, we start to play. It's gonna happen again. Just calling it now. Let's do it right now. Calling it. Yeah, I'm calling it right now. Yeah, right now. Yeah. You know what it is. I'm calling it right now. All right. See ya. Bye. I saw Echo last night. It was good. 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 No. It was good. It was good. It was good. Listen to me. It was good. I said it was good. 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 Okay. It was good. Yeah. Yep. It was good. It was good. It was good. No, but for real, it was good. A few things. I hate how now we're using CG blood. That shit is so ugly. That shit sucks so much. Stop using CG blood. Okay? Stop it. Looks horrible. Just buy some fucking blood pellets or some shit. I don't know. Act. And then I don't know if that was a contingency of Disney. I wonder if that was a contingency of being able to get the TVMA for Disney Plus. But at this point, I don't really think so, man. I don't think violence is a thing that these people are afraid of. They just don't think it's necessary, which is a great thing, you know? And for all the hype of the TVMA with this show, there really wasn't that much fucking violence, to be honest with you. It was very chill. Like way super chill. It was not that bad. And all the violence was CG. All the blood on that shit, I'm pretty sure most of it was CG. Like the ones on his hands and shit, of course not. But for the most part, and it's just too much, man. That should not be CG. We don't need that to be CG. We can spend a little money on that. I think it's more money to do the CG, man. That takes a long ass fucking time, and that's just gotta look really good. Get the fuck out of here. Don't be stupid. But they're doing that now, so I don't know. But this girl was good. It was interesting because this show is incredibly groundbreaking in that it's pretty much 90% in sign language. And a lot of the show, most of the actors are either mouthing their words, whispering their words, or, you know, using the sign language and saying their words, and then you still got to read the subtitles and stuff. So that is just super groundbreaking, and it's beautiful. It's great. It's awesome, and it's done in a very classy way. It's not like it doesn't belittle the people. Everybody's into it, whatever. It's normalized, which is what's beautiful. That's what you got to do. Is normalize it. Because when you normalize disabilities, and you normalize being deaf, you normalize missing a leg, people aren't like afraid of or treat those people any different. Not that like they don't need to, because yeah, of course you gotta treat him different. You gotta put a fucking ramp for the dude, you know. But you're not afraid to talk to the person as well. You're not like, ooh, you're not like that. You're like, oh, here, let me help you up. I know you deal with shit like that. You have to be like that. But in order to do that, you gotta normalize shit like this. You know? And I feel like if this was not a Marvel show, if it just did not have the Marvel Studios logo on it, this show would be the most talked about thing happening, right? I mean, it's the most talked about thing happening right now, just simply because it's Marvel. It's their only show that they're releasing this year, and it's been released. So this is what Marvel does, okay? And it's Disney Hulu, and it's, oh my god, they released all the episodes at the same time, which is really stupid, if you ask me. I hate that shit. I used to love binging, but then I realized I hate binging because I love it, you know? So I feel like if this was a show that didn't have the logo, more people would be on like, wow, more people would recognize the sign language, all these things about the show, the Native American aspects, airing, all that stuff, to be like, wow, this is what we really, this is great, this is great, this is great. Much like that they praise The Bear for the restaurant shit, much like they praise all these other fucking shows for whatever it is that they do. But because it has the Marvel Studios stamp on it, already it's starting off with scrutiny. Because you're saying critics and, zealots are like, does this fit into the Marvel Universe, first and foremost? Is this a proper continuity? Does this piece fit in everything? And it's like, it's not supposed to fit because it already fits. It's Marvel. It's not supposed to always fucking mention, even though I am like somebody that I love to be reminded that you're in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that you're in the MCU. Please talk about the Avengers at some point. Like, I love that shit. I love it. And I feel like you need more of that. You need to connect more to other shows, even on these grounded shows, to retain like really hardcore fucking fans. But it's not really even really for the hardcore fans, because the hardcore fans are gonna love right now whatever Marvel gives them, and that's what we do. We Marvelites, we love whatever they give us. We'll criticize it. We'll tell you if it's good or bad, if we liked it, if we didn't like it. But for the most part, we're gonna love it. We're just not gonna like. We just didn't like this thing that they did. We wish they would have done something different. That's it. But we're ready for the next one. It's really, I think, for more the lighter fans that need that. That need to be reminded, oh, Avengers and Tony Stark has showed up any fucking time. Oh my god, are they going to show up right now? Oh, I guess not. But we saw Kingpin in the thing. Yeah. You know what kind of a fucking ball drop was it that you're like showing him talking about New York? And you don't even have you don't even cut to a commercial of, I'm sorry, spoiler alert, major fucking spoiler alert, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm telling you right now, major spoiler alert, 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 major spoiler alert. Are you ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, major spoiler alert. When the Kingpin is at the end of the show flying back to New York, okay, with a fucking scratch on his eye because he took a fucking bullet in the eye, which is insane, and I love it, and that's Kingpin. That's why you want fucking Marvel doing Kingpin and Marvel doing all their characters. At the end, when that motherfucker's flying back to New York and he sees the commercial about being the mayor, which is beautiful. You know he's going to be the mayor now. Great. Love it. Mayor of New York, Kingpin. Okay? After you see him do that, see that shit, they don't even cut to a fucking commercial or a news clipping or a news report to mention Spider-Man. Like, you could have just cut to a news report, and in other news, local Queens residents were shocked to see the Spider-Man once again back in with a strange new whatever, whatever the fuck it was. But just mention the Spider-Man right after you show Kingpin looking at, oh, I want to fucking run for mayor. And then as soon as you run for mayor, you show the clip of the TV, who's going to candidate. And in other news, the Spider-Man. And you end it right there. So you already make the connection that the Kingpin is not. The Kingpin's next biggest, please, for the love of fucking heaven and God, I know you're going to do it. I know you're going to bring the Kingpin into Daredevil, Born Again. Even though you're rewriting that shit, I know you're going to do it now because you brought him back and there's a great response for Vincent D'Onofrio. Vincent D'Onofrio looked great in this show because he looked horrible in Hawkeye. In Hawkeye, he looked so bad. He was like wearing this huge, humongous, like mechanical suit or something that made him look so terrible. And in this one, they kind of like just made him look more refined, more to his character in the Netflix version, which is like the real lifelike version of Kingpin. But this was more like it took that version and it merged it with what they were trying to do in Hawkeye, which is something closer to the comics, which in the comics, he's just this fucking tank. He's this giant square fucking tank. And that's what they tried to do in Hawkeye, but it just looked bad. But in this show, they merged both, and he looks so fucking good on this show. He looks sleek, but he looks big as fuck, dude. He looks huge. He's not huge, but he looks much filled out, much squared out, rather than the rectangular fucking. He's not tall, which, Vincent D'Onofrio is a tall ass guy, and like in the Daredevil show, his strength was that he was tall and big guy, tall. No, the Kingpin is tall and wide. He's tall and wide, and he's really more wide than tall. So like that's really where you had to find that thing where he's not too wide, which is what happened in Hawkeye. They just went way too wide with him, and this they found the right fucking amount. So good, bro, and he looked so great. And I loved him in this. Yeah, the girl was great. She was fine. It's cool. I love the thing. I didn't really get her powers ultimately, and like people, if you have to explain to me her powers and by a blog, didn't really do a good job explaining it in the show, because it was kind of, number one, I hate that like people were like, oh, we don't need more than one Native American fucking hero. Get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about? We need like 100 Native American fucking heroes, bro. Like, hey, there should be one for every fucking state. I don't know what the fuck to tell you, bro. But that's like ridiculous thing to say. But I didn't like that they made her a superhero. I didn't like that they gave her superpowers. I thought that was stupid. Like, I thought it was dumb to give this girl superpowers. Not because, oh, you can't give her superpowers, or you can't do this, or you can't do that. I just feel like her character was really great being just a brawler. Very similar to Black Widow. Black Widow is a brawler, and she doesn't have superpowers. She has, I guess now it's no, I take that back. She kind of does have superpowers. She probably just didn't know. I don't know if that's, I want to say it's been confirmed via Black Widow. I know I saw Black Widow like twice, and that's it. And it was a while ago, so I don't remember it. But and the whole Red Room thing, and I know that was not only was it like a hypnotized thing that they hypnotized the women to make them into assassins, but I think she did go through like super soldier serum. I think they did. I know. I don't want to say they did because she doesn't have super strength. But I want to say they did something that kind of enhanced her a bit. But let's just say no. Let's just say she's just regular. She's just a badass. Which is great. Is that Black Widow and Hawkeye are these two just regular ass people that are just badass. That's what I love about them. So that's why I don't really want to think that they ultimately, when they did that procedure, it was like, they took out her, that she can't have kids. That's what they were doing, is really injecting her with like a super soldier serum, or like their version of it or something. So I don't know. I'm sorry this turned into a Marvelites Assemble episode from HEAT Cultura, but we're just getting it out because we got time to talk, and we're going an hour 17 into this shit. So maybe we'll cut it off soon. Just so the stream isn't like insanely long and the podcast isn't long. But that's basically, I liked it. I love the show. I thought it was good. I think people would have a different reaction if it was not Marvel. I think they would love it, but they're just kind of hating on it from the beginning because it's Marvel, and like the crazy people that are still with this bullshit fucking trope of like that everything Disney touches is like babified or like turned and made for kids or something. It's so just outdated, it's outdated because it's like, yo, you gotta understand, Disney is not a kid thing, it's a family thing. It's like they're gonna give you content so that everybody can watch together, even if it's violent, even if it's not. Like, I don't really need violence in my shit, like shit is already fucking violent enough, I feel, in the MCU. You could get away with conveying people are having sex, you can get away with people are fucking getting killed. You see people fucking die. You see monsters and shit get fucking their heads cut off and shit. You see dudes getting pushed into fucking propellers, bro, like multiple times. Like, that always happens in a Captain America movie for some reason. So I don't want to think that we need more. We need to see the blood and guts. That's like these gore hound people that are really, that lean toward a certain demographic, that lean toward a certain side. You know what I mean? And honestly, like, those are the people that ultimately became like Snyder-verse people, like wanting like DC to be darker and darker. We needed more darker. We needed more darker. We needed more darker. It got to a point where when they did the Batman with Robert Patterson, it was so dark that you couldn't see the fucking movie. It's like, I'm like watching this movie and I'm like, coño, I can't see shit. Why is it so dark? So, we don't need that. The MCU is dark enough. They killed half a fucking goddamn universe, bro. That you don't think that's dark? That's dark, bro. That's as dark as you could get. And it's still not enough for people. Okay, so we're gonna bring in this guy from multiverse shit in here, and it's still not enough for people. It's like, no, man, you know what? Let's just not listen to people anymore. Let's just get this shit done. Now, I'm not gonna get into Jonathan Majors. I'm not even gonna touch that. I mean, it's just so disappointing. Both that he puts himself in that situation and does whatever that he did that ultimately fucked him over. But also how he got kind of fucked over, because I saw the footage. We all saw the thing. We all read the reports. We all did everything. And it's like, you've known crazy couples, and you've known your crazy fucking friends, and everyone has had a crazy girlfriend, and everyone's had a crazy boyfriend. And everyone's had a volatile relationship, for the most part. If you're a normal human being, you've had a volatile relationship at some point in your life. If you're not, if you've never had a volatile, I've never had where I'm fighting with someone like that, or I've never had a thing like I'm fighting with it. You're an anomaly, bro. You're a weirdo, and you're probably a Mormon. And even then, you're probably doing bad things. You just don't recognize it because you have no concept of empathy. I don't know. Like, come on. What are we doing? I don't know anymore. I'm sorry. I just went off tangent there. I said I was supposed to go. So I'm still going. But yeah, man. So we, talked about the Heat, talked about Echo. I don't know, man. It's going to be a tough year with no Marvel this year. I think that's why I'm like, oh my God, I got to talk about this. I got to talk about it with somebody. Please, give me Marvel. It's going to be tough, bro. You're going to be dying by the end of this year. When they give you the Deadpool movie and that shit sucks, that's going to be funny. It's going to be hilarious when that shit comes out. It's going to be like, oof, this is like, yeah, this is great. It's great. Better do some rewrites on that motherfucker. You have plenty of time right now to make that film really good. Whatever it is, you have plenty of time. And I'm like, they're showing me this too much from this one area, and it's like, it reminds me of when they did the first Deadpool, and you realize, wow, that first Deadpool takes place like all that entire movie is on the highway. It's ridiculous. We'll be back. I will say, well, there's no more fucking football, so let's say Sunday, man, after this Hornets game, If I'm feeling saucy on Friday, which I don't think so, because I think I'm going to have some shit planned on Friday. If I'm feeling up to it, we'll do it Sunday. We'll jam out on Sunday. We will party like it's hot. And we'll do a HEAT Cultura then. And then we'll get back on board then. Okay? So that's how we're doing it, man. I'm not going to really kill myself because now I'm getting back into taxes and I'm still trying to keep a consistent fucking online art persona and do work on shit. And so I'm not going to try and do it every game. I know I said I would and all that kind of stuff like that. I know I haven't even uploaded new episodes to the podcast, but I'll do it now. I'll do it now. I'll have some time this weekend, so I'll try and catch up this weekend and upload all the shit that I haven't uploaded so that I can catch up with the show and it'll be fun. So yeah, man, that's how we'll do it. We'll leave it at that right now. Let's get back to work and shit. So yeah, HEAT Cultura, HEAT Cultura, HEAT Cultura, HEAT Cultura, HEAT Cultura. However you say it, that's how you say it. Now and forever, I don't make the rules, I just make the rules. I am Studio Mogura, Studio Mogura. Hit me up at the PayPal, hit me up at the Cash App, buy my book, Full Moon Nights, available on Amazon in a soft cover and available on Barnes & Noble in hardcover. Support that book, please. I'm trying to sell that screenplay this year, and I read it, and a lot of sales would really help it. So please help. Check out my comic shop, octotaco.com. That also is my blog. Check out my TeePublic shop. Just search Studio Mogura or tpublic.com/Studio Mogura. And check out my Spotify playlist with all my releases and my complete discography from 1999 till last year. My current release, The Reflection Blinds You from Seeing the Truth. We'll be back here Sunday after the Raptors game. Should be early. Good HEAT CULTURA, probably around 8 or 9. We'll do it then. Hopefully we're eating a little bit of ice cream. Check out Echo. That was good. So by the next time you come in, we can talk about it a little bit more. Because there's more I wanted to say about it, but I'm like, maybe I should save it and talk about it with my sister. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a Marvelites Assemble. I'm going to find out once she sees the show, and then I'm going to call her, and we're gonna talk about it online. And do a Marvelites Assemble on that, because there's a lot of things that the show did that I thought were really great, that I really want to bring attention to. So I think people should really, really try and check that out. Check out the show. It's a really good show. I can't wait to see the other characters on other shows. I think that's what I think gonna be more. It's better, but I don't know. This show was very standalone, so it's hard to rate it. But that end scene credits that sets up Kingpin in New York again. I mean, that's why I'm like, you can't give that to Daredevil. You got to give that to Spider-Man. You got to give that battle to Spider-Man. You can't give that battle anymore to Daredevil. Yeah, Daredevil has tangled with Spider-Man. So the next Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man 4, should be Spider-Man versus Kingpin featuring Daredevil. The same way that you had Doctor Strange in his last movie, this next movie should have Daredevil in it full time. Full time as Spider-Man's new mentor, now that Happy Hogan is out of his life, now that he doesn't have Aunt May, now that he doesn't have anybody in his life, and he's become a true vigilante. Now he can relate better with Daredevil rather than Iron Man, because Iron Man was not a vigilante. Iron Man was doing it by the law, by the book, his own way. Daredevil does it by the law, by the book, his own way, but he knows he's a gang. He knows he's on the other side of the law. He knows he's a vigilante. That's why he does the lawyer shit during the day, because it makes him like the 50-50 thing. So that's what the next Spider-Man should be: Spider-Man against Kingpin with fucking Daredevil and nobody else. You don't need 3 other fucking villains in this shit. You don't need like fucking Venom in this shit. You don't need you don't need none of that shit. You just need Spider-Man, Kingpin, and Daredevil. That's it. That's all you need. You just need these 3 guys. You bring in other characters that are the same players from before, and you kind of make them work in this world, and you start setting up. You gotta set up Green Goblin in a way where Spider-Man doesn't know who Norman Osborn is anymore, which is what ultimately Sony completely fucked up with this last bullshit of like, we gotta have our fake ass Sinister Six, which their version of Sinister Six was fucking terrible, and it's just, let's pull all the characters that we had from our old films that we did so we can remarket those films and make money. You know how much money they made on Spider-Man 1 and 2, just people rewatching those films again? Just now, I mean, they made probably the same amount of money that they made with the fucking movie itself. That's not right. Fuck Sony, dude. Like, it's time to fucking get that shit back, bro. It's time to put it back in Marvel's hands. We don't need Sony, bro. They need us, okay? Again, gotta get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm so sorry. So we're out of here Sunday after the fucking Hornets or whoever the fuck it is. Look out for this on my podcast shit. Find me on Threads. Threads.net/studiomogura. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm still on IG, but I really just don't fucking fuck with IG anymore, because I just go on IG, share a couple stories, and then leave. And I talk with a couple friends on DM, and that's it. But I'm mostly on Threads, so check us out on Threads. Also find HEAT CULTURA on Threads, which is also threads.net/HEAT CULTURA. And just look out for us, man. And follow us there. Support our shit. We're good. All right? So we're out of here. Don't freak out. Just freak out. Oh, are we doing it? Yeah? Are we crazy? Oh, you know what it is? This thing's not on. Shit. I fucked up. My bad. The little control shit was, I pressed it and it's all black. I'm like, oh, wait. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Okay, I'm not ready. I'm okay. Am I ready now? I'm ready. All right, don't freak out. Just freak out.